BlackRock CK's recent filing of Form S-1 for Ripple's upcoming IPO marks a monumental moment, not only for Ripple but for the entire cryptocurrency and blockchain ecosystem. At first glance, the filing reveals a projected IPO share price of $200, which is an ambitious yet believable figure given Ripple's current market position and potential for growth. However, the document's deeper contents, especially what is concealed on page 44, are what truly excite industry insiders and investors alike. Here lies the groundbreaking clause titled Digital Asset Shareholder Distribution, which outlines that for every IPO share purchase, shareholders will be entitled to receive an airdrop of 5 XRP tokens. This innovative move bridges the worlds of traditional finance and crypto in an unprecedented way, effectively making XRP an intrinsic part of the IPO's value proposition. It's not just about stock shares anymore, it's about blending tangible equity with digital assets, opening a new frontier of investment. The mechanics of this arrangement are equally fascinating. The ISO documents clearly demonstrate the conversion or distribution ratio. One Ripple IPO share equals 5 XRP tokens. This means that owning a share in Ripple's IPO also equates to holding a substantial position in XRP, effectively linking Ripple's stock market valuation directly to XRP's market price. The implications are vast. If Ripple shares trade at $200 and each share delivers 5 XRP tokens, the market will naturally begin to price XRP in relation to this distribution ratio. Consequently, XRP's price could potentially soar to $1,000 or beyond, assuming the IPO share price holds steady or appreciates. This cross-asset relationship is a novel concept that investors have eagerly awaited, as it combines the liquidity regulation and credibility of a major stock market IPO with the dynamic potential of a cryptocurrency asset. Institutional demand for this IPO has already been honestly staggering. Vanguard, Fidelity, and several other top-tier investment funds have reportedly submitted substantial pre-IPO orders, signaling real confidence in Ripple's growth trajectory and in the innovative structure of the offering. These institutional giants recognize the enormous upside potential that the combined stock and XRP token offering represents. Their involvement is likely to fuel further investor interest and confidence both among retail investors and other institutions. The strategic placement of XRP within the IPO structure signals Ripple's ambition not just to be a player in the crypto space, but to become a dominant force in global finance, integrating blockchain technology into everyday financial operations at scale. But the story does not end there. The IPO's potential ripple effect across markets is honestly pretty profound by positioning XRP as a tangible benefit tied to the IPO shares. Ripple effectively incentivizes stock investors to also become crypto holders, thereby boosting XRP's liquidity, market capitalization, and adoption. This dual asset strategy could accelerate the convergence of traditional and digital finance, encouraging other companies to explore similar hybrid IPO models. Such an innovation may trigger a new wave of institutional crypto adoption as regulated investment vehicles, like initial public offerings, become the gateway for mainstream investors to access digital assets without the traditional barriers or volatility concerns. Moreover, Ripple's vision, as expressed in the ISO filings and supplementary investor documents, highlights a long-term roadmap that leverages XRP's utility and cross-border payments, liquidity provision, and decentralized finance applications. These functional use cases underpin the token's fundamental value beyond mere speculative trading. The initial public offering structure effectively transforms XRP from an isolated digital asset into a core component of a larger financial ecosystem by embedding XRP into the initial public offering. Ripple ensures that token holders benefit not only from market speculation, but also from Ripple's expanding network partnerships and technological advancements. This integration could accelerate the adoption of XRP in real-world payment systems, including banks and remittance services, increasing the token's utility and long-term price stability. Industry analysts have begun modeling various scenarios based on the IPO price and the XRP distribution ratio. Conservative estimates place XRP's fair value somewhere between $500 and $1,000 per token within the first year post-IPO, assuming institutional backing and regulatory approval remain strong. Optimistic projections factoring in Ripple's continued expansion into new markets, strategic partnerships, and the gradual unlocking of XRP's liquidity potential suggest even higher valuations could be on the horizon. These forecasts are supported by recent developments, including Ripple's collaboration with Swift and other traditional financial networks, which position XRP as the bridge currency for FOS. Cheaper international transactions. In addition to price speculation, the IPO's regulatory implications are significant. The filing signals Ripple's intention to operate transparently and within the regulatory frameworks that govern traditional securities. This approach may set a precedent for other crypto companies seeking legitimacy and public funding through regulated markets. The inclusion of XRP as a shareholder benefit might also push regulators to clarify the legal status of digital assets tied to securities, potentially accelerating regulatory reforms favorable to the crypto industry. As the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit gets closer to resolution, this IPO filing could really be a game changer, reinforcing Ripple's narrative of compliance and innovation. Public sentiment and community response have been honestly overwhelmingly positive. The XRP army, well known for its vocal and dedicated support, has rallied around the IPO, news fueling social media campaigns and increasing public awareness of Ripple's ambitions. This kind of grassroots enthusiasm really complements institutional interest, creating a robust ecosystem of supporters who are poised to drive demand for both Ripple shares and XRP tokens. The synergy between retail and institutional investors is without a doubt a critical factor in sustaining momentum and ensuring a successful IPO launch. The timing of this IPO is also critical as the crypto market matures and more governments and institutions embrace blockchain technology. Ripple's dual asset IPO model arrives at a pivotal moment. Investors seeking exposure to crypto assets without the extreme volatility of standalone tokens may find this combined offering particularly attractive. The IPO could thus serve as a gateway for a new class of investors who were previously hesitant to engage with digital currencies, broadening the market base. For XRP significantly, Ripple's leadership has been vocal about their confidence in this strategy. CEO Brad Garlinghouse has emphasized the transformative potential of integrating XRP into a public equity offering, describing it as a new paradigm for financial markets. This vision, really reflects Ripple's commitment to pushing boundaries and driving adoption through innovative financial products. The IPO is just one step in a larger roadmap that includes technological upgrades to the XRP ledger, expanded partnerships, and further integration with legacy financial infrastructure. Technical experts within Ripple have also weighed in, highlighting that the IPO structure aligns with the company's long-term goals of decentralization and liquidity optimization by tying XRP distribution directly to share ownership. Ripple incentivizes long-term holding and participation in the network's governance and growth. This mechanism may reduce market volatility and enhance token stability, addressing common concerns among crypto investors. In conclusion, BlackRock's case filing of Ripple's IPO with the embedded XRP token distribution represents a watershed moment for both Ripple and the broader crypto ecosystem. The innovative structure has the potential to unlock immense value, bridging the gap between traditional finance and digital assets. Institutional interest, community support, and regulatory clarity all point toward a bullish outlook for XRP, with price targets that could, really redefine the token's market position. As this story develops, investors and observers should watch closely for updates on IPO progress, regulatory responses, and Ripple's ongoing network expansion. The future of XRP may well be entering its most exciting chapter, yet fueled by unprecedented corporate backing and groundbreaking financial innovation. Disclaimer: this video is for educational and formational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Please do your own research and consult with a financial advisor before making any investment decisions.